My name is Frederick, and I'm the current interim president at Howard University. The values that have guided my journey through my roles, both in academia and in oncology, both as a cancer surgeon and as CEO of the American Cancer Society, have really been grounded in principles that I think I have had since I was a child, and that is love, unconditional love, which was given to me by parents and a grandmother in particular who believed in me long before I could ever even really have a full dream of what I wanted to do. But it applies in both academia and in my cancer journey in terms of giving people hope, which I like to define as my mentor, Dr. LaFall, as the anticipation of tomorrow. And the other value that I think is extremely important to me is the amplification of other people's humanity. I think it's extremely important that we wake up every day with the thought in mind of what we could do for others. They may be in circumstances we may never experience. And I've seen patients in peril. I've seen students with big dreams who don't have a clue how they're going to get from point A to point B. And I think the opportunity to make sure that they realize those dreams and to make sure that families get to see something different. My career has really been energized by the very opportunities I've had. I came to this country as an immigrant, 16-year-old, on a student visa. I wanted to find a cure for sickle cell, which I have. And Howard University not only admitted me, but a professor came to me during the admission cycle, or I should say the orientation cycle, and said to me, I've looked at your scores, I read your essay, I think you should join this program. 2 years undergrad, 4 years med school. By the age of 22, I had both degrees, had no clue what I was doing or why, other than the fact that I just knew I wanted to be a physician, and people told me if I was going to find a cure for the disease that affected me, that's what I had to do. So everything that I've been able to do since, that kindness that was extended to me is a kindness that I have to extend to others. Sometimes I'm overly passionate about it because I don't think people appreciate sometimes just how those small things add up to big things and how it can give us big value and big dreams. Junior Achievement is very unique. I first interacted with Junior Achievement because I was asked to give a talk in Trinidad and Tobago. And as part of that exercise, I got to meet some young people who were there. And I was amazed because these are not the types of things that I participated in as a young person growing up. And I think Junior Achievement has done several things with respect to the business community. They've really engaged the business community around community efforts. We come up with lots of fancy terms now about corporate responsibility and all these things that we want to do. And I sit on a lot of corporate boards. And one of the things that always amazes me is that organizations like Junior Achievement really allow companies to live their values. And that's extremely important, not just from the sake of forming and training young people into seeing what they should do, but really making companies recognize that their community participation and engagement is not just about giving dollars, but it's about exposing young people. It's about being present. This DC community is absolutely incredible. I moved here as a 16-year-old. I lived in Northeast DC. Most people don't understand my relationship with Howard unless they understand my relationship with the city. I love to meet people who are originally from here. And what I would say is the most important thing that we could do as a community is to recognize the dearth of talent that exists in the city and the lack of opportunity that juxtaposes it. And so the biggest thing that we could do, I think, is to give access to our higher education institutions. It's the greatest way to unleash raw talent. It's the greatest way to give people like myself an opportunity to realize dreams that they themselves don't even know that they should have. A lot of times we think they need to think big and they need to have a big vision. The point is, if you don't see it, you've never been exposed to it, you won't even know it. And I think our universities give them that opportunity. But I think giving them access to our universities would be the ultimate opportunity that we could give them.